Hi again. Thank you so much for being a part of this collective journey we are on, as I also read my individual journey, Homecoming. We're at chapter 50 out of 70. That's golden, isn't it? It's called Transformational Generation. All right, here we go. We live in times of a great evolution within all people that I have dubbed the Transformational Generation. This era of time within our reality has been talked about extensively from generations past and will most certainly be discussed in the history books of generations upon generations yet to come. Generations upon generations yet to come. Fact. Our children, our children's children, and even their grandchildren's children will talk about this time. Not about me, about this time. Just to be clear, I didn't mean to hold up my book. They will talk about the great changes we have lived through and bravely explored together. Much like voyagers who work to discover and establish new lands. Multitudes of people, multitudes are working to discover and establish new understandings and ways of being. The world and the people in it are currently smack dab in this evolutionary process. More than evolutionary, actually. We are reawakening to our own divine and infinite potential. We are starting to realize and bear witness to how connected we all are, as well as fully comprehend how much our thoughts and actions are affecting our reality. We are learning how to consciously manifest change. We are exploring and opening to all our innate senses. And we are most certainly learning to take more proactive roles in both our own well-being and the collective creations of this earth. Yay! We're doing it. During this transformational time, my own focus and that of many other light workers across the globe, thank you, has been to understand, teach, and bring awareness to our individual and collective soul potential. From learning to tap into our innate abilities, to connecting with spirit, to accessing the healing energies from within, we are expanding our ways of living and becoming self-actualized co-creators of all things. Many who fear this way of living are scared. They're scared to open up to and explore the unknown. And I understand the concern. Trust me. Simply because people fear change. After all, mysticism has been denoted as a dark and evil practice for many, many generations past. However, fear provides a very, very limited view and perspective compared to the view of a more expanded and open state of being. Truth and fact. Sorry, I know it's the same thing, but it just seemed like it needed a double whammy there to get through, hey? It did say dummy. That wasn't very nice of me, was it? We need to get past old fears. I better just keep going before I stick my foot in my mouth there. Okay, expanding awareness only becomes dark when that knowledge is used to harm others or to manipulate the world into staying in its current state of limited potential. There are most certainly those who have acted this way in the past. I'm even sure there will likely be more down the road. But like anything else worth trailblazing, there will always be those who try to stop progress and change. The interesting part about this truth is that while more and more people face their own inner and outer projected fears and wake up to a higher understanding, the less those denying or manipulating our reality have the power to control it. My world has been nothing short of miraculous as I grew and expanded my own awareness and connection to spirit. I've always wondered why I was so blessed with the experiences I lived, and what benefit sharing these stories and messages could provide. From angels in the night, to healing in the present, to visions of the future, it always felt like I was not fully utilizing that knowing and understanding to its greatest potential. Then one day, I came to the realization that people don't see the world I see and the potential it always holds. Many are anxiously waiting for the dawn of a new age, and yet many of those same people are afraid to embark on the journey needed to get there. Perhaps that was the unique perspective my stories and messages could provide, to help people see and work through towards a different reality. Yeah, I'm a psychic, a medium, and a healer. I can hear people's thoughts, see true colors, and identify all underlying energy behind an imbalance. But so too are all other people on this earth capable of fully realizing and tapping into their own soul potential. Not that we all need to become full-time mystics. No. But by opening those innate abilities, there is a globally recognized skill set of unlimited potential that most certainly can and will benefit all of humanity. Let me paint a picture of that new earth which many are awaiting to be restored. Are you ready? Can you imagine a world where everyone can see all things beyond our current veiled perspective? A place where people can openly sense when somebody was having a hard time and send them compassion instead of frustration, love instead of anger, a reality where people could understand the cause behind every ailment and work to physically heal all things or avoid the cause altogether. Imagine a world where intuition confirmed when lies were being said, manipulations were in action, balance was out of alignment, or ill will was intended. Imagine how governing bodies or larger organizations with a stronghold on our systems could no longer conduct business based on lies or greed or fear-based tactics, because true colors would show and true realities would always be known. Always. Better yet, imagine a world where the people within those same systems began to change as well, where they worked to provide a solid balance in this world without the use of force, coercion, or manipulation. Picture a world. Picture it, where everyone could hear someone calling for help and energetically send love. A world where we viewed everyone as equal co-creators, regardless of race, sexual orientation, culture, geographic location, or financial status. A place where we understood life goes on and our soul continues to develop and expand infinitely. Where people began to comprehend how we are all responsible for our own energetic footprint, and that harmful actions to ourselves and all others completely limits our own soul works as well as the collective. Where people learned that heart-centered being is the catalyst of change. A reality where you could no longer get away with just talking your talk. A place where we all must learn to expand beyond the ego and do the inner and outer work required to make these changes to our energetic footprint and soul potential. This is a world I not only believe in, but intimately know and see each and every day. It is also most certainly time to formally introduce this bigger picture of this world more clearly to those who seek transformation. In truth, this reality is already starting to take hold, regardless of how many try to stop the evolution or attempt to influence the progression of change based on their own fears, insecurities, lack of awareness, or inability to see and implement their own inner growth. The arrival of this upgraded world is imminent. Imminent. How fast and gracefully we get there, still a work in progress for all of us. For all of us. Collective enlightenment is most certainly unfolding. Please do not stand by. Become an active participant in our global transformation. Thank you. Okay, mastering your soul works. Someday, society will look back at this very time in history and question two fundamental aspects. First, how did we as humanity manage to stay so deep within the depths of darkness, disconnected from our true divinity for so long? And second, what was it like to live, breathe, and be a part of the official awakening? What was it like to look beyond the current belief systems of our collective conscious and instead learn to uncover your own? How did it feel to face fears and delve into the makings of your own soul works, helping create such a monumental shift for mankind? And we, as light workers, change makers, truth seekers, and full believers of the light, will attest to the fact that it was very scary at times. Tough slugging through others, and years upon years of feeling like there was little reprieve or solid change. There were definite feelings of betrayal, a loss of hope, confusion, and what felt like insurmountable inner and outer work taking place. But it was also somehow divinely peaceful, and felt completely right to proceed. In fact, it was exciting and refreshing to view our reality from a different perspective. Some will even say it was like an inner alarm clock that resounded somewhere deep inside, insisting it was time for change. Even if we hit snooze, it just keeps going off, doesn't it? Others will attest to hearing others speak of these hidden truths, and a full knowing began to unfold. All will unanimously confirm it was an unstoppable drive to adjust our beliefs and uncover our divine nature that became the catalyst for that monumental shift to occur. And without any doubt, regardless of how many times we may have second-guessed ourselves or each other, it was notable and significantly obvious that it was officially time for change. Now, I include a little letter in here. I put them in my book, Mastering Your Soul Works, but I'd actually written them years earlier, and I just kind of plugged the odd one in here and there throughout my last book. Here's the first one. Dear darkness. Dear darkness, in myself and all others. Here's an interesting fact to chew on. The brilliant thing about evolution is that it does not require the entire population to understand what is required to achieve a higher vibrational reality, which is pretty damn sweet, because I realize not everyone seems to hear me. Others are confused about the messages, and quite frankly, a few seem too wrapped up in their own stuff to even care. That's okay. I quite enjoy being the one to break this news to you, but I promise to be gentle. I promise to be gentle. Evolution is a remarkable, fail-safe design that favors the majority. Not necessarily great when society is asleep and the bullies of the world are in charge, but incredibly convenient when light workers around the globe are waking up in droves. Very frustrating to darkness in general, I realize, but we don't actually need you to agree or embark on a more compassionate, love-based mentality. We don't. It only requires the heart-centered variety, which is growing daily in strength and number, by the way, to feel, see, know, and implement the truths of these messages. They are the real change makers, and the ones who are consciously taking us beyond the tipping point. Beyond the tipping point to flood the world with more light. After which, even the last monkey on the pile will eventually begin their inner transformation to external change. Weakest link in the chain or not. No rush. No rush for everyone to jump on board though. We light workers pretty much have this covered from here. We do. So go ahead and rant, rage, curl up in fear, and push your weight around for what time you have left. We know you like to. Heads up, darkness. Fear does not live here anymore. P.S. No offense to the monkey species. I was only using that as an intended visual aid. Kindest regards, bringer of the truth. Your move. Embrace transformation. Around every corner, there's always beautiful change preparing to start anew. These prophesied times can be viewed as a great tribulation or a miraculous transformation. Choose love. Choose love. Fear has been collectively overshadowing our experiences for far too long. Next, take the call. Stretch your awareness beyond its current comfort zone. Growth is a natural process of life. It's natural. Soulful expansion evolves one experience at a time. Expanded consciousness is a heart-centered choice to grow beyond your current state of awareness and experiences. The collective soul is calling for this vibrational shift towards inner and outer potential. Take the call. All right, next, focus on your own development. Tapping into your intuition and connection to spirit is a process of evolution in which many souls dare to journey. Ironically, over the years, the process of an intuitive expansion has been deemed evil and often viewed as a forbidden practice. The truth is Expanding those innate abilities is the exact change needed to eventually bring peace and healing to this world. Now, you don't have to drag others down this path. Don't do it. You don't need to save them or coerce them into change. You don't. Simply do your part by focusing on your own development. Evolution, she's going to take care of the rest. I also want to address those who have been utilizing external resources to help keep your footing strong, vibration up, and faith high. Whether you've been inspired to use energy healing, oracle cards, crystals, essential oils, smudging, or various other metaphysical practices to hold the space for yourself and all others. Yep, I'm speaking to you. First, I congratulate you for utilizing these tools of higher awareness despite the existing mindsets that they are somehow evil or forbidden. These external resources can certainly help bring a higher frequency of understanding to the table and amplify your connection to spirit. However, please always remember, you are not lost, unprotected, or vulnerable without access to these energetic tools and coping mechanisms. Nor are these items required to reach a higher state of being. The vibration, faith, and knowing have always come from within. In essence, that is what you've been working towards with your crystals, energy practices, and outer guidance all along. Connecting back to the gem within. Connecting back to the gem within. Take the time to know and feel the truth of that understanding. Let go of fear. Changing the world and its old belief systems is inevitable. Transformation is in progress. And it is time to close the book on our old collective understandings to make way for new beginnings. In the years to follow, you can either know and feel proud of being a part of the transformational generation, or you can know and understand you played a part of its resistance. Either way, change is coming. Our Earth, all of humanity, and generations yet to come are counting on it. And finally, see the world's potential. Regardless of what vibration or outer experiences we currently reside within, take the time to see our collective potential and appreciate what evolution provides. Change your understandings of why we delve into the world of spiritual expansion and see the benefits it has to offer. We are not tapping into our innate ability to prove we can or for others to see the potential we hold. Not even close. We are tapping into our innate ability to see and become our greatest potential. There's one more. Heal yourself, heal the world. Personal healing occurs when your body, mind, and soul completely and wholeheartedly fall in love with each other. All things physical, mental, and spiritual converge as one. Global healing, well, that occurs when we can fully appreciate and embody the understanding that everyone deserves that same level of respect and compassion. Surrender to that moment. It is here and it is time. You do not need anyone to witness your own expansion, nor do you need everyone in your world to immediately master their own. Thankfully, take the time. Take the time to do your own inner work and let the power of your own inner knowing continue to guide the way. Evolution will most certainly take care of the rest. I will see you there.